Okay, so good afternoon. Welcome back to Sufficiency class. And this is history class. As you know, in the morning session we discussed the question paper is completed and some questions from the chapter geography, right? First chapter, resources and development. Now it's time to discuss first chapter from history. Okay, what is that? The nationalism in Europe, the rise of nationalism in Europe. Okay, told you to learn one particular paragraph or one particular topic from the textbook. That is the rise of nationalism in Europe. Okay, you can see here we already discussed about the development in Europe, basically in France. Okay, the dream of Frederick Chérieux, and the first topic here, the French Revolution and the idea of a nation. The French Revolution and the idea of a nation. Okay, so the first clear expression of nationalism that emerged in France. Okay, okay, in Europe, the first clear expression of nationalism that is emerging in Europe in the year 1789. Clear? 1789. Okay, the first clear expression of the nationalism came with the French Revolution in the year 1789. Please underline that. Okay, if it is not underlined, please underline it. So number of times that question came, okay, we already observed that. Okay, France, as you would remember, was a full-fledged territorial state in the year 1789. So France that turned into a full-fledged territorial nation or a nation state in the year 1789 after the French Revolution. After the French Revolution, under the rule of then absolute monarch. Okay, before 1789, that country was under the rule of an absolute monarch, an emperor. Okay, but the revolution of 1789. Okay, what happened there as per that? Okay, the administration of France is changed. Clear? That country turned into a full-fledged territorial state. The political and constitutional changes that came in the wake of French Revolution led to the transfer of sovereignty from the monarchy to the body of French citizens. Underline that. So, related with the French Revolution, what happened? The power or the governance or administration that transferred, the power of administration that transferred from the monarch to the group of French citizens. French citizens. Underline that. It's answer for one question. The revolution proclaimed that it was the people who would henceforth constitute the nation and shape its destiny. Okay, and they made a constitution for their country. Okay, clear? After the French Revolution, the French citizens they made a constitution for their country. As per that, they decided it is no other people but the people of or citizens of France. They will decide the future of the country. Clear? That's what the French Revolution. From the very beginning, the French revolutionaries introduced various measures and practices that could create a sense of collective identity among the French people. So, the leaders of the French Revolution they used different methods or techniques to incorporate the French citizens in the French Revolution or the fight against the monarch. Clear? So the leaders of the French Revolution they used different techniques. Okay, different techniques to include the French people in all the sense. Okay, basically the French people they participated in the French Revolution against that monarch. So they used various methods there. Okay, to create a collective identity. The ideas of La Patrie, okay, I mean the fatherland, Les Citoyens, the citizen. Underline the two words there, La Patrie and Les Citoyens. On mark answers, MCQ. The meaning. Okay, La Patrie meaning the fatherland, Les Citoyens meaning the citizen. Underline that. These two words emphasize the notion of united community enjoying equal rights under a constitution. Okay, so they give more importance for their fatherland, and fatherland was respected by the citizens. Okay, so the country and the citizen both are important. And as a result of that, a new French flag, a tricolor. Okay, already we witnessed this question. A tricolor flag was organized, I mean, designed, was chosen to replace the formal royal standard. Instead of old monarchy, okay, monarchical style, they changed the color, sorry, they changed the flag into a tricolor flag instead of a royal flag. The state generals was elected by the body of active citizens and renamed the National Assembly. Okay, clear? And before the French Revolution, basically they used a technique in administration to take the decisions. It is basically related with the state generals. But now there was no state generals, but they renamed that into a national assembly, a new parliament for the country. New hymns were composed, oaths taken, and martyrs commemorated. They took new hymns, new slogans were created. Clear or not? They took new oaths. Okay, they swear in the name of their fatherland and the people. Okay, clear. In all the name of the nation, a centralized administrative system was put in place and it formulated uniform laws for all citizens within this territory. Okay, so uniform rules and regulations for all the people in the country. Internal custom duties and dues were abolished, and a uniform system of weights and measures were adopted by the new government in the year 1789. Regional dialects were discouraged, and French, as it was spoken and written in Paris, became the common language of the nation. Underline that. So, number of questions are there from this paragraph. Okay, please read that. Okay, understand that properly. The revolutionaries further declared that it was the mission and the destiny of the French nation to liberate the people of Europe from despotism. Okay, rule of a monarch, despotism, or centralized administration by a group of people. Okay, in other words, to help other people of Europe to become nations. So the revolutionaries of France, they decided it is their responsibility to liberate other countries. Okay, or give freedom for other countries from monarchy. Okay, when the news of the events of France reached the different cities of Europe, students and other members of the educated middle classes began setting up Jacobin clubs. So soon after the French Revolution in 1789, almost all the people in different countries in Europe, they heard about the changes that had happened or occurred in France, and almost all these new middle class, the rich people, I mean, comparatively rich people, the middle class people, they started new Jacobin clubs, setting up Jacobin clubs, the club of thinkers. They basically thought about a new country on the basis of democracy. Their activities and campaigns prepared the way for the French armies, which moved into Holland, Belgium, Switzerland. Underline that. After the French Revolution, the French army moved toward the Holland, Belgium, Switzerland, and much of Italy in the year 1790s. One word answer, MCQ. With the outbreak of the Revolutionary Wars, the French armies began to carry the idea of nationalism abroad. So, in the French army, they carried the idea of nationalism to other countries in Europe. Other countries in Europe. Okay. So, 2 minutes for you people. Please read the entire page. Okay, page number 5. And in the same page, you can see a picture here. Okay. Figure number 2. The cover of German almanac. Almanac means a type of calendar, a calendar, okay, with important dates, okay, like a diary or a calendar. It's called to be an almanac. It's a German calendar designed by the journalist Anders Rebmann, okay, name, Andreas Rebmann in the year 1798. 1798. So, in this almanac, you can see 2 images. The image of the French Bastille, it's a prison, it's a notorious prison. Basically, the monarch used that prison to arrest and imprison the revolutionaries. Okay, that's called the prison of Bastille. Being stormed by the revolutionary crowd has been placed next to a similar fortress meant to represent the bastion of despotic rule in the German province. So, in this picture, you can see that the Bastille prison was destructed by the French revolutionaries. Okay, and in this calendar, okay, he placed a picture of other institution in Germany, basically a fort. Okay, clear or not? Clear? A fort in the German province of Kassel. That fort also used to arrest and detain people. Okay, and as per this picture, he denoted that accompanying the illustration is the slogan, the people must seize their own freedom. So people will find their own freedom or they will release their own freedom. Okay, clear or not? So here the people must seize means control. Okay, keep it under control. That's what the meaning here. Rebmann lived in the city of Mainz, that's in Germany. Okay, and was a member of German Jacobin Club. German Jacobin Club. So he used these 2 pictures. One picture is a prison. Okay, it's a representation of a despotic or monarchical rule from German province of Kassel. And then next to that, there is another picture. This is a picture basically that prison of Basel that is destructed by the French revolutionary. So he says that people anyway they will find their freedom. They are not ready to live under a despotic rule there, despotism there. Okay, so that's what the meaning of this picture there. So please observe it clearly. Okay, going to the next page, we can see the old map of Europe here. Europe after the Congress of Vienna, 1815. It's a map of 1815, European map. 1 minute. Okay. Page number 6. So French armies, they moved to different countries in Europe and they spread the idea of nationalism. And at the same time, a new ruler in France, that is Napoleon Bonaparte, within the wide swath of territory that came under his control, Napoleon set about introducing many of the reforms that he had already introduced in France. So after the French Revolution, it was the beginning of a new era of Napoleon. Okay, the rule of Napoleon Bonaparte. So Napoleon introduced different new rules and regulations that he introduced already in France. Through a return of the monarchy, Napoleon had no doubt destroyed democracy in France. Okay, so after the French Revolution, number of times administration that changed in France. Okay, so Napoleon, he is a person basically is not a monarch or something. Okay, and he basically destructed the democracy in France or democratic order in France. So I already told you that he's not from the dynasty or from any particular ruling family. Okay, he's step by step. He started his career as a soldier. Step by step, he's become an emperor or the ruler of that particular country called France. Okay, but in the administrative field, he had incorporated revolutionary principles in order to make the whole system more rational and efficient. Okay, so we can say that Napoleon destructed the democratic order in France, but he made a number of changes in the administrative system of France. Okay, that he made that system efficient. The Civil Code of 1804, underline that, Civil Code of 1804, usually known as the Napoleonic Code, MCQs, Napoleonic Code, did away with the privileges based on births. Okay, so that did away with the privileges based on birth. Okay, so we know that basically the clergy and nobility in France, sorry, they enjoyed numerous benefits, privileges. Okay, so they says that the God give them, okay, the privileges. Okay, so Napoleon stopped all such privileges on the basis of birth. He established equality before the law and secured the right to property. Clear? He created a number of rules and regulations as per that. He maintained equality before law. Like all are equal before law. There is no special preferences or privileges. And right to property. If you have money, you are able to purchase land and you can possess it. But in the time of monarchy, it is not possible. Only clergy and nobility do that. Okay, this code was exported to the regions under the French control. In the Dutch Republic, in Switzerland, and in Italy and Germany, Napoleon simplified administrative division. So Napoleon's these changes that exported to other countries also in Europe. Okay, the countries like Dutch Republic, Switzerland, Italy, and Germany also started following the Napoleonic Code of 1804. Napoleon simplified the administrative division, abolished the feudal system, and freed peasants from serfdom and manorial dues in the towns too. Guild restrictions were removed. Transport and communication system were improved. Peasants, artisans, workers, and new businessmen enjoyed a newfound freedom. Businessmen and small-scale producers of goods, in particular, began to realize that uniform laws, standardized weights and measures, and a common national currency would facilitate the movement of exchange of goods and capital from one region to another. So read up to here, 5 minutes. Today's question number 1. Which among the following best signifies, let's say GINI, sorry, SAGNIFIES. It signifies the idea of liberal nationalism. The idea of liberal nationalism. The idea of liberal nationalism of 19th century Europe. Of 19th century Europe. Option A, emphasize on social justice. Emphasize on social justice. Option B, state plan. Okay, first option. First option, emphasize, EMPHASIS, emphasize on social justice. Option B, state planned socio-economic system. State planned socio-economic system. Option C, freedom for individual. Freedom for individual. And equality before law. And equality before law. Freedom for individual and equality before law. Option D, supremacy of SUPREMACY, supremacy of state-oriented nationalism. State-oriented nationalism. Supremacy of state-oriented nationalism. Can anyone tell me the answer? What is the answer? The question here, which among the following is best signifies the idea of liberal nationalism? Idea of liberal nationalism is connected with the which of the statements?
Option C.
Option C. What is that? The correct answer. Option C. Freedom for individual and equality before law. Okay, that is the correct option. Okay, so write down. That is answer option C. Okay. Option C. Next question. Which among the countries is considered as, for which of the following country is considered as the cradle of European civilization? The cradle, CRADLE, the cradle of European civilization. Which of the following countries is considered as the cradle of European civilization? Option A, England. Option A, England. Option B, Greece. Option C, France. Option D, Russia. The cradle of European civilization. Okay, Prajot Krishna says this Greece. Any other answers? France. Aman Shakti says it is France. Any other answers? The cradle of European civilization. Okay. It is Greece. Clear? It is Greece. Please write down. Answer is Greece. Answer is Greece. Next question. Next question, write down. All right. Okay, it's an assertion and reasoning type question. So assertion and reasoning type question, you know that four options. Clear? You know that four options. For whatever may be the question, that four options will be there, right? So after that question, you should write all those four options and want to find out the answer. Okay, here, assertion A, Giuseppe Garibaldi, Giuseppe, Giuseppe Garibaldi, Garibaldi, was an Italian general, Italian general, comma, politician, and nationalist, who played a large role in the history of Italy. Large role in the history of Italy. Reason are, he was the architect of, I mean, Giuseppe Garibaldi. Okay. Giuseppe Garibaldi. He was the architect of the process of nation building. The process of nation building. Okay. So find out the answer. Use that four options as per your sample question paper. Okay. Next question. Tell me the answer tomorrow. Next question. Assertion A. I will give some assertion and reasoning type questions now. Write down and find out the answer for tomorrow. Assertion A. A large part of the Balkans, Balkans, was under the control of the Ottoman Empire. That's what the assertion. A large part of the Balkans was under the control of the Ottoman Empire. Reason R, bracket you should write R there. Okay, don't write reason ARE. Okay, reason in bracket R, capital R. Okay, here it is. The spread of the ideas of romantic nationalism. ROMANTIC. Romantic nationalism in the Balkans. Together with the disintegration, together with the disintegration, DISINTEGRATION, disintegration of the Ottoman Empire, made this region very explosive. Okay.
Sir, can you say that again?
Repeating. The spread of the ideas of romantic nationalism in the Balkans, together with the disintegration of the Ottoman Empire, made this region very explosive. Now I cannot, I already noticed that some students are there. Again, they will not enter the class. They will enter into the class just before I am going to conclude or finish the class. Okay, just before 5 minutes or 10 minutes, they will join. I will not give attendance for such kind of people there. I can easily recognize them. Okay, so mind it. Next one, next question. Assertion A. The French Revolution was an influential event. That marked the age of revolutions in Europe. That marked the age of revolutions in Europe. That marked the age of revolutions in Europe. Okay, reason are the French Revolution transferred the sovereignty from monarchy to the people. Transferred the sovereignty from the, rewrite like this, the sovereignty from the people to monarch. The sovereignty from the people to monarch. Okay, sovereignty from the people to monarch. SOVEREIGNTY, sovereignty from people to monarch. Sovereignty from people to monarch.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. 1 minute. Okay, next question, write down. Assertion A. Serfdom and bounded labor. Serfdom, SERFDOM. Serfdom and bounded labor, BONDED, bounded labor. Serfdom and bonded labor were abolished both in Habsburg dominions, Habsburg dominions, HABSBURG, Habsburg dominion, DOMINIONS, and in Russia, That is the assertion. And the reason are monarchs were beginning to realize that the cycles of revolution and repression could only be ended by granting concessions, GRANTING, granting concession, CONCESSIONS, concessions to the liberal nationalist revolutionaries. Okay. So for assertion and a reason type questions are there with you. Read all those things properly. find out the answers. Okay, clear, and send those answers to me. Only answers I want. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what option want to use there in your sample question paper for assertion and reasoning type questions? Almost all the options are the same. Clear? You just want to choose the correct option and send that answer to me. Read it and analyze. Okay, that means please observe that from the textbook. Okay, clearly read that from the textbook. Let me take the attendance. So remember, our subject is social science. So reading is compulsory. Nothing to buy hard here. Understand? Okay, a strict and clear relationship with the textbook is compulsory. So textbook reading is very important for us. So we will meet after this weekend. Okay, guys, thank you.